Good evening, everybody. This is Johnny Seville. This is your executive summary for stock setups for Thursday. And let's have a look at the market. Of course, we had a massive breakdown today on the S&P 500. We were down on 4.16 billion shares over yesterday's 3.42 billion shares. So we have seen a primary downcline which breaks all of the open range rules. Now, it would be surprising to see the market rally and close above open range by Thursday, but you never know. I think it's very unlikely. Let's have a look at the smart money indicators. Firstly, let's look at the high yield bonds. Where is the smart money going? Which is, of course, what high yield bonds indicate. And as you can see, they also had a sharp downturn today, down on 14 million over 12.64 million. So not a huge volume decline, but still the S&P's 500 decline is a little bit concerning. We can also look at stocks that are above or below their 50-day moving average within the S&P 500, and as you can see, that took a very large plummet today, down 23.39%. So only 41.14% of the stocks in the S&P 500 are actually above one of their key support levels, which is their 50-day moving average. So this is something we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, and it looks like something is beginning to happen. So we'd be very cautious on the long side. We would look at protecting all of your profits that you have on the long side, and be focusing mostly on the shorts. Let's have a look at the shorts. CRI was, of course, a alert we gave you a couple of days ago. That one has dropped dramatically. That was down from 800,000 shares, 781,000 shares, so typical kind of similar value. But in terms of the chart, great drop. Carter's is looking great as a short so far. OFG, which is the Oriental Financial Group, that one had a fantastic drop as well. As you can see, that was down 6.28% today. Money flow just dropping right out of there after breaking through that 1050 kind of key zone that we alerted you to. Let's have a look at Hyatt. Hyatt, again, we discussed this a lot in Trading Room over the last couple of weeks, and in the executive summaries. And as you can see, that one was triggered around the $59 area. And had a good drop today. Of course, you can see the moving average did support the drop, so if it breaks that, then the head and shoulders formation should truly play out, hopefully. So no one checking into Hyatt today? We're not. Check out Hyatt. Alright, let's move on. CHTR, fantastic drop as well. This was dropping 2.16% on 2.39 million shares. That was over 1.46 million the other day. So this has obviously had a key breakdown as well. Something we discussed in Trading Room last night. All of these, of course, we've discussed options on. So hopefully you're all making money. MASI, great drop. Rallied up to its 9-day moving average. Broke down. You can see that kind of little consolidation candle yesterday was a bit of a concern. I was worried that it might break through the moving averages and kind of surprise us with a breakout, but that's the difference. Momentum stock can rally if it breaks the moving averages, but if it doesn't, it's going to drop. And that's what momentum means, and that's why the difference between oscillation and momentum is so important. So what we see now is we see the breakdown below a key moving average here, which should indicate that we should be able to drop to at least $80. Let's have a look now at the next one, HOG, HOG. Gentlemen and ladies, start your engines. This one is failing. Again, beautiful drop, down 2.07% on 1.93 million shares, over 1.37 million shares of consolidation yesterday. So again, if you're in the options on that one, you are happy. HOG is not. Let's move on. IGT, another really great performer. You can see this one has also held its moving averages. As you can see, the upward consolidation channel here was broken. It has now dropped down and surpassed that consolidation target. So as you can see, the volume really picked up today. Was 975,000 shares. You can see that's been increasing over the last few days, and the money flow has been going down. So IGT is in the green. FMBI, next one I want to talk about. This one also broke down below its 200-day moving average today. It's been on the list for a long time. It's been a slow and steady wins the race kind of situation, and today it dropped below that key support level. So FMBI is now in the downtrend as we see it, and that looks exciting. Okay, so let's move over to the long side. So KTOS on the long side, as you can see, all of these shorts we've suggested taking a look at have dropped very well. And now we look at the longs, and hey, look at that, KTOS, a blue day, actually up in terms of its close. So KTOS is doing well. SONS is the next one. This one I'm not too impressed with. I mean, I didn't like how it performed today. This one may bounce off of its moving average as it pulls down to the 20-day moving average here that you see, but any kind of rally that I would see tomorrow is something that I would sell into. This is not performed as well as we would have liked it to, and I think that this is uncharacteristic of a good flag formation. So even if this ends up at 1050 2 weeks from now, this is not what we want to look at. So if it bounces or if it fails, I would look at this as an early exit. HDSN. Now HDSN, of course, we talked about this in Trading Room last night. We talked about it in the executive summary yesterday as well, about taking that this is at a potential good place to take some profits. And this is why we have these types of rules, because as you can see, rallied up, reversed, and down candle today on 846,000 shares. Now again, this could still bounce, but there was nothing wrong with taking your 10-15% profit yesterday if you were in on that type of a setup. So again, good reasons why we have those types of rules. Let's look at NEOS, second last one of review, and then we have one new one for you. NEOS, down market, and have a look at this one. This one did not react at all, so something is happening here, I think. And as you can see, we've got its long downward channel, and in a very bad market today, you can see this is actually again holding its ground and pushing up, which is exciting for people that are in on this particular setup. So NEOS is holding, and that could be exciting. No downward movement there. And then the other one, of course, we'll talk about is SITO, which we talked about in Trading Room last night as a possible flag, and there you go. Again, downward market, up 3.34% on almost double the volume of yesterday. So SITO, obviously we're talking about a trigger through today's high, which was 424. We closed at 433, and my target on this one, hopefully, should continue up to this kind of area here at 543. So there's the review. Now let's have a look at some of the one new one we're going to take a look at today. And just before we leave this stock, I would probably look at the stop signal here of around 373, just below this key level of support that you see identified on the chart. Okay, so the only new one that I see here that on top of all of the other setups we've suggested, PTC is looking like it's having a key drop here. So if we go back a little bit, you can see there's a long-term channel here, which seems to be breaking down. So this one looks exciting to me. I would be looking at the July 5250 puts, which are currently priced at $2.30 as reported by Yahoo Finance, as good or bad as they are. So in terms of so that's the option trade I would look at. In terms of a target, I'd be looking at least 44.13, and I'd be looking at the stop criteria of a 54.13 area. So I'd be looking for a break below 51.43, or the market could surprise us and we get a bit of a bullish rally going into the last day of the open range bias being tomorrow. We could get a rally, maybe. So if it rallies up to 52.44 or anywhere around that area, I look at that as an entry point too. My target would be 44.13, and I look at a stop signal at 54.13. And again, looking at the July 52.50 puts, which are 2.30 currently. So there you go, guys and girls. That is your executive summary for tonight, and I hope you're all enjoying the market conditions. Have a wonderful night and happy trading tomorrow. Take care.